Alright, welcome back. Quick update on my Poison's Concoction of Bouncing Pathfinder. I did make some changes and we are way more tanky now, we have way more damage, and let me quickly get over it and then we will have a quick look in POB as well to wrap up the video. I'm not going to do a map showcase now. I think it's pretty much the same but more damage. I did Exarch and I did Uber Eater Deathless. Not Uber Eater, Eater Deathless and Exarch. Exarch not Deathless, I'm too bad with the balls, but it's definitely possible. So first of all, what are the major changes? We flipped into Ruby Topaz and Sapphire Flasks, so we are basically now on 85, 86, 85 res. Ideally we would have a Taste of Hate here, which I'm gonna get for sure. Then we switched the helmet. Now we have some Phys taken as lightning. Ideally we would want, is it the Exarch or Eater mod for damage taken as well. Later on we did flip out the body armor. This is not ideal still, but this was cheap, I think 30C, but you definitely want the lightning coil. Lightning coil is huge. I'm going to show you in POB soon. And what else did I switch? I switched out the shield. I mean, the shield is good. Missed wall for the beginning, but this was also pretty rough. I think it was like 25C or something. Pretty cheap shield for what it can do. Or 50C, can't remember, but it's a really good shield. Ideally you would have +2 max res, obviously, but I think later on switching into a normal rare shield is best with max res. What else did we do? I think that's pretty much it. No, actually no, we also switched the gems. We switched to Unbound Ailments, so Poison's Concoction of Bouncing Unbound Ailments. Cruelty, I really overlooked this. This is really strong. Greater Volley still. And we do have Culling Strike now. Ideally we would want Culling Strike somewhere else and then we use Vicious Projectiles here. But it's not that big of a deal. Since we don't have a lot of increased flat damage, then Culling Strike is still good in damage increase. But ideally you would want to, I guess you want to put it into your, what is it, Herald of Agony? If you have enough mana for it. How much does Culling Strike? 110%. It should be possible to put it in the Herald. And last one is Void Manipulation. As I said, you can play around with greater multiple projectiles. I think once that you have awakened greater multiple, then it's a better spot than greater volley. Otherwise, I don't think the few more projectiles are worth it. But I think it needs some testing. You can definitely test it out. I like the setup for now. And yeah, it feels way better, way more damage. I mean, the damage was okay before, but not great. As I said, I did Uber Eater, am I always saying Uber Eater? I did Eater Deathless, and it was very easy. Alright, let's hop into POB and let me show you some of the things that I talked about in the older video that I think are really important to do later on. With my... Yeah. Okay, so... we are sitting at around, with all the buffs up, I mean, you will have Spiderwebs up instantly, we'll have Withered Stacks up instantly. This is no boss. We could do Guardian Pinnacle, let me see. This is 300k damage per Poisonous Concoction bounce, which is already pretty good, and this is also what it feels like. It feels like around 2 million DPS, I would say, or 1.7 mil. Physical max hit is still shit, but let me look. Let me show you what happens if we switch out some gear here. So if we do a lightning coil instead, Phys max hit goes to 10k already, and if we switch out, I'm not capped on lightning. Oh shit, that's kind of sad. It should be more. It should be even more, but we're not capped on lightning res now. Anyways, we switch out the body armor. Ideally we add a helmet enchantment, then it's like around, I would say we could get to around 12 to 15k here. If we switch out to a Taste of Hate, it's already 15k. So it's more like around 17k. So the Phys max hit that we are getting now is really, really good, and it's sufficient. All the other max hits are still not good enough, but I think since they nerfed the Flasks so much, it will be kind of tough to get really, really high numbers here, but we will see. But yeah, so far this is pretty good already. I mean, it should be more. We're not max right now. Oh yeah, these are the main things that you want to do later on. I don't have the money for Lightning Coil, but I think Lightning Coil is pretty essential. What you could also go with is Cloak of Flames. It also converts 40%, right? But it only has energy shield, so there is no other defenses on this. So I think this is not really the ideal thing you can do. And what else you could do is you could use a Dawnbreaker as a shield. I haven't checked out what this will do, but I don't think this is optimal. Okay, we're still overcapped here. I haven't really checked this out, but yeah, this is not, as it seems, it's not really optimal. Like, especially we're losing a lot of evasion rating, 5% evade chance. So I would stick with a rare shield. Something else I changed. Yeah, I got rid of 2 of these nodes. Ideally, you would want some suppress on your gear, which you can get, right? So you can get rid of 2 nodes here as well. And I flipped these nodes in here for more life recovery, because I wasn't needing this node anymore. Otherwise, did I change anything else? Went over here. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if this node is worth it. Probably not. It's 1 projectile, and we already have a lot of bounces. But later on, we definitely want a cluster jewel setup. There's a lot of good cluster jewels that we can use. But I think overall that's it pretty much. Keep your hit chance also high, right? Get some rings with accuracy rating. I probably should also get more accuracy rating. Also, I wanted to check what's the best node here. I haven't really checked. This gives 7%. This gives 9% against unique, but unique is not very interesting. This gives 5.7, this was 6.9, so this is a bit better, so I'm going to switch into this. But still, like, we're not at 100% hit chance, and you definitely want 100% hit chance. So keep that in mind as well. So yeah, next upgrade, Lightning Coil, Taste of Hate, and we Gucci with the Phys damage, and then everything else we got to take from there. There's a lot of stuff we can do. We could go with a Untitled setup for more tankiness, but obviously we can't see what this will do right now. We could go for a Untitled setup with Tempered by War, so we will only take fire damage. What we could also do is, it's probably the better option later on, we go for a Transcendence, I might be inputting this in, a Transcendence setup. And then we would probably use what would we even use as a body armor? Actually, we would use the same body armor. We need to convert. So yeah, a Transcendence setup with a Lightning Coil would be fine as well. But then we need to see how we get a lot of armor. But I think overall with the Pathfinder, it should not be a big problem. We just get an armor flask that will never run out. And we get some armor evasion gear. And then maybe we can do some determination effectiveness as well. But yeah, there's a couple of things we can do. I think overall, probably for late game, a Transcendence setup will be best. So we will take barely any damage anymore. So our armor will be applied to fire, cold, and lightning, which would be great for further damage reduction. Anyways, it was my quick update and basically things that I fixed. Yeah, I'm gonna keep grinding and gonna keep you up to date. Goodbye.